Morning all. So I'm going to start this video slightly different in that this is my wearable POV camera. I don't know what the sound's like or anything else yet, but I've just had my breakfast. Very nice it was. There's a bit of wind blowing there. We'll see what that does to the sound on the camera. So I'm going to do my daily checks. First of all, I check behind here, make sure the air lines and electrical lines and everything is still connected and everything's okay. Then check underneath. Hopefully you'll get this, that my fifth wheel pin, handle and everything is still in and locked. Wheel nuts and tyres, everything looks okay. Landing legs are up this side. Trailer 1/2 and 3/4 full of fuel. Wheels, tyres, all look okay. I haven't moved since I'm just on a 24-hour rest anyway, so there's not a great deal that's going to have happened. Back end looks okay. I'm going to go back in a minute and turn all the lights on and check the lights, but I'm just doing a quick walk around. Basically I just wanted to check what this camera comes out like. Seal's still intact and in place, doors are locked, and the trailer lock is on. I don't know why, there's a fair few places here, but this guy for some reason parked across the back of us here last night, or yesterday afternoon really. Anyway, everything looks okay under there. Wheels and tyres look okay. Yeah, we're all looking fine this side. Landing legs up, handles in place, fuel caps on the diesel tank. Wheels and tyres all look okay. As I say, this isn't my full check, don't get me wrong. I'm going to start it up, raise the air suspension, check the depth on the tyres. My fridge, as you can see up there, is set to 20 and it's down at -18 at the moment. So that's all good. That'll kick back in when it needs to. And check my lights, as I say. But yeah, basically I just wanted to check this camera. I'm going to try using it a bit, filming today, just to see what the view's like. Hopefully it'll be good. What I'm trying to do is incorporate something that, so when I look, I may have to get some sort of headset for it, but I'm a bit dubious about wearing it, you know. So what I'm trying to do is, so when I look at stuff, instead of having to try and catch it on the phone in its mount in the cameras, that when I look I can actually say, look over there, sort of like this. Just hang on, I'll take it off. This is what I'm eventually aiming to do, yeah. So I'd go, look at that building over there, and as I turn to see, you'd see it as well. So as I look around and up and down at my phone and back up again, that's what you'd see. But as yet I haven't got that capability. Anyway, I'll call that it for this, and just carry on with my daily checks and get them sorted for today, and then I'm going to be setting off shortly after midday Sunday, heading down through France towards Spain. Thanks for watching, catch you in a moment. Morning all. This will just be a real quick one. It's Sunday, and Sally Satnav is going to pipe up any minute. So we're just rejoining out with the air here. There were some big trailers trying to get round this corner last night, and it is tight. As you can see, I'm just wobbling over the curbs and back there. Anyway, right, we have 593 miles to go to our first destination of 2, with 2 drops down in Girona, both new to me, which is nice. I've been to Girona before. I used to cycle around there quite a bit with a good friend of mine.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Anyway, we'll be on the motorway in 2 minutes. Hopefully that first little bit that I've recorded on my new POV camera, I don't know whether I'll put that on first or after this little intro. Probably after this little intro, it might suit a bit better. And we'll see how we go on with that. So yeah, just bear with us on the trip, and enjoy the ride. We're coming up to Futuroscope there on the left hand side, look. I hope I didn't miss them buildings now. Yeah, if you look across to the left with me, you can see the extraordinary buildings there, look, over in the far distance. But it's very modern area. All the buildings, the hotels and everything. And look at that one there. Lovely looking buildings. Beautiful place. Really well kept. Very, as it says, futuristic. I just pulled off the road. There's a roundabout just up the top there, and reversed into this little side road here. It's alongside a vet's, but I was just sat in the sun. I needed a break anyway. I've only got I only had 4 minutes left, and it joins the dual carriageway up here, which is probably not going to have anywhere on it. And then I'm back on the main route down past, I'm just down near Limoges. But I just sat there in the sun. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I had a can of pop and the last of my French, well, the last half of my little French baguette, and some cheese and ham and this, that and the other. Absolutely gorgeous, sat in the sun. Lovely. So, we've got 367 miles to go, and I reckon I can get 200 of them out the way in the next 4-hour shift, which will mean that I should be able to do the following morning in about 3 hours, which is great. Anything under 4.5, like I said before, just means you can get there without needing another break. So we're going to nip up the road here, join this dual carriageway, and head on south. Evening, everyone. We are 76 miles from our first delivery for tomorrow, so I've pushed on further than I was going to, but I'm just coming off at this de la Palma here in a kilometre, because it's better that I use, I had 2 10s for this week. Obviously you start the week with 2 10s, and I'd only use one of them. So it's more beneficial to use one today and push on further, leaving me 2 for next week, because I've been given my reload details, and it works out that I'm reloading from Valencia, so I'm likely to need 2 10-hour drives to get me back up from Valencia back into the UK, and I'll be able to use them better doing that. So that's my plan. Also, my colleague is down there loading on Tuesday, the same as me, so we'll be able to run up together hopefully if our loads are ready. And from where I was going to stop after 9 hours drive, she's going to chirp in a minute. From where I was going to stop after 9 hours drive, it would have meant I had 3 hours to go to my first drop, an hour to my second, that's 4, and 6 to the third drop.
Turn left onto the road.
Meaning that would have used up one of my 10s that I'm trying to keep, as I've said, for next week. So that's why I've pushed on a bit further than I was going to tonight. Hopefully I'm going to get in here though. Spaces up here, look. Look jubbly. Loads of spaces. Loads of spaces!
Turn left onto the road.
Look at choice of spaces, look. Lovely job. So what I'm going to do is sit in one of these right in the middle. There we go. And then I'm not disturbing anybody, waking anybody up, all the rest of it. Ah dear. Good day in the saddle again. I think I've got 10 minutes left on a 10-hour drive. So I've made the most of that today. There I go in here. Come on, Benny boy. You over. That's it, lad. You got it. Hello, loads of room there. I'm in the right pigs here at that. White. What I'll do is just pull forward and straighten up, and it doesn't look like Stevie Wonder's backed it in. And that'll do me for the day. Hopefully my new camera will be charged up, ready for action in the morning. And we can use that again, see how we get on. But so far, that's good. I must remember first thing in the morning as well is the, there we go, lovely job. Is the competition mileage for the watch. So what I'll do, this is Sunday night, and there's the mileage, 87824. 87824. And I'll try, and that should convert it to kilometers. 141,339.5. So I'd take 339 or 340. Anyway, that was the competition that's running last week. The state of my screen again. I'll give that a wash in the morning because I can't start well. 9 o'clock-ish. Anyway, catch you later. Morning all. So this is where we stopped last night. Oh, I can see the sea over there. Never noticed that. Unless it's a lake. No, it should be the sea. Yeah, I'm down far enough. We came down past Toulouse and cracked on further south, and we ended up down past Narbonne on the A9 heading towards Barcelona. There was a couple of little airs, one of which was shut. Luckily, that was the first one I was going to choose. My second one was the backup, but then this place flashed up and I looked on Google Earth and it had loads and loads of spaces, and as you can see it is massive. So I got here last night and look at how I've got my camera on. Yeah, so got here last night and plenty of parking. So this morning I'm going to do my daily checks, and I've just fired the engine up to level it off because I drop the suspension down on the back every night. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink, my throat's dry. Oh, it's better. Yeah, so the engine's running to raise the suspension, which is now done. The fridge has just kicked in. We'll clean the windscreen because that's a mess. I'll top that up with water as well when I stop for diesel today. We've got, I think there's about 76 miles to go to our destination, so hour and a half, 2 hours tops, I would think. Let's have a look.
Please drive to highlight
75 miles. I can usually do that motorway miles at 50 mile an hour. I usually do that in about an hour and a half. I can leave here just before, well, I've got 5 minutes left, but I'm going to leave it until 8 o'clock and then it's easier to calculate. And then head down and hopefully get tipped sharpish next one's an hour away, and then just short of 300 miles down to Valencia for my reload, where my colleague should be waiting. So that was the plan today, to leave myself enough time to get into the first drop in Girona, an hour to the second one, that'd be 3 hours, and then about 6 hours down to Valencia, and I wanted to keep it to a 9-hour day, so hopefully that's how it's going to pan out. Anyway, I shall catch you later on and show you the sights as we go. Them mountains up there, they're beautiful, aren't they? I love to see them mountains like that. It's me about a nice rugged landscape. This always gets me as well here. You've got the lovely mountains and the sea and everything else, and then I don't think it is for a minute, but what looks like a nuclear reactor alongside it all just seems a bit weird to see, doesn't it? Talking of the sea, there is the sea. Right, we've made it to our first delivery, backed in, took the paperwork in, and we're just waiting to be called in. She reckons about 10 minutes and we'll be on the way, which is good. And I'm just about to put the next one into my sat-nav. I'm sure that when I looked it was about 40 miles, so probably an hour away, and I've only got one pallet, 6 boxes for them, so that should be a quick one. And then we're off down to Valencia. Right, that's the first one off. All done, dusted, signed up, paperwork, in and out. Had to wait 10 or 15 minutes for the bay, but all done in an hour. Lovely people, very helpful. So just 33 miles now to the next one. Probably 12 or 15 of it on the motorway that we came in on, which is good. And then the rest of it is on some little back roads, which might be a nice journey, but I'll show you anyway. Look at these roads to drive along, absolutely beautiful. Traffic nice and wide, bit of scenery, sunshine. Look at that building right up on the top there. Wow-wee. Right, what was I going to say? Tipped. Only took him 5 minutes just to get me tipped and sign my paperwork. Beautiful site, really well looked after, nice and clean and tidy, pretty modern by the looks of it. 290 miles to go to our collection now in Valencia, and I've got 6 hours 45 minutes left on a 9, which is what I want to do it in today. So that should be spot on. Let's go and get this gate sorted and I'll get out of here. Look at that there. Bit of a hydro something dam. Hopefully you'll be able to see in a minute. Big stainless steel structure. You can just see it there, yeah, it'll come into view in a second. Big stainless steel structure with a bit of a red and white thing at the back of it is Circuit de Catalunya, the Barcelona MotoGP Formula 1 track. Believe it or not, I've actually been snowed in on this section of motorway. We were coming back from testing in Cartagena, and the snow started, and we got to just a little bit further on there, and it was chock block. at these mountains around here, they're gorgeous. We've got 150 miles to go to Valencia, so it's about 3 hours. I'm still waiting for confirmation that the loading place I think I'm loading from is actually the place I'm loading from, because my colleagues had his details through and it's not the place we thought it was. Not that he was there, but he's ended up at his place now, and his load is actually ready to load, so he's going to end up way in front, which is good because he needs to get back anyway. He's got some stuff to do, so that'll work for him. Like I say, I'm just waiting for my details to come through, but I've got 145 miles to go, and I need a break in 50 minutes. So the next decent sized services, I've got some pate that I want to get stuck into that I still haven't started. So the next decent services I'm going to pull in, get myself a French stick, and that'll be my lunch. Beautiful day, 24 degrees. And we're rattling on nicely. Afternoon all, nothing to report much on the way down. Temperature got up to a lovely 26 degrees. We stopped for a coffee and a snack. I was hoping to get some bread, but they didn't have any. So I bought a snack, like it said a toasted egg yolk thing, but it was it looked sweet, and in fairness, it was just like eating a bar of sugar. I couldn't finish it. So I walked back to the truck, and as I got back to the truck, there was about 3 or 4 rats running alongside the truck in all the rubbish, and I thought, that'll do me. So I jumped in the truck, locked the door. Not that rats can get up and unlock it. And as soon as my break was over, I got out of there. I only needed 45 minutes, and I'd had about 30 by the time I got back. So yeah, that was about it. We've got 57 miles, so maybe just over an hour to go to the collection point. And then we'll see whether they want to load me tonight or tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow, to be honest. They may not even have the product in yet, so it may be tomorrow afternoon. But either way, at least I'll be on the doorstep, so I'm not going to have to start to find out the information, which is good. Anyway, I'll show you a bit more when we get there, when I get parked and stuff like that, or anything else that's nice to see on the way down.
Rolling down the highway, the sun shining bright. My Scania V8's roaring, what a glorious sight. With a heart full of freedom, I'm feeling alive. The wind in my hair, oh, what a vibe. Through the fields and the valleys, the landscape